great debate. Pistols with hammers or pistols without hammers. I have the Springfield EMP4. It's a 1911 chambered in 9mm, and it is built off a 1911 frame. It's a single action cocked and locked pistol. Pros and cons. This is older technology, but still very relevant and very reliable. Typically 1911s are very well balanced, they point very well, and the triggers are very smooth and crisp. But you do have a manual thumb safety that you have to become very proficient at operating. There's a lot of other options. This is still a very relevant one. If you choose to run a single action gun, you've got to make sure that you become extremely proficient at operating that manual thumb safety. It's been known to hurt people more than help them if you don't shoot regularly and get regular training. All right, now we're dealing with something that's a little bit more modern. This is also Springfield Armory. This is the XDS. Pretty much all the similarities of the EMP4, except this is a striker-fired gun. This is a single stack, very concealable pistol, but it is striker-fired, meaning it does not have an exposed hammer. In my opinion, it's a simpler pistol to operate. If you don't train as much as you should, and you don't shoot as much, this thing is point, press the trigger, sights on target, press the trigger, and you're good to go. But the trigger is going to feel a little different. Essentially, you're dealing with a two-stage trigger, if you will, now, where you have slack in that trigger that does nothing before you get to the brake to increase that pressure and actually break that shot. Very relevant, very easy to conceal, very, very reliable. A lot of people's preferred method of carry nowadays. All right, so again, hammer guns, non-hammer guns, single action cocked and locked, or maybe a DASA gun with an exposed hammer, or a striker fired. It's kind of that Ford versus Chevy, and it comes down a little bit to personal preference, but in my opinion, it comes down more to readiness and training. What have you trained with? How often can you train? How competent can you get with your pistol? If you don't shoot that much and you don't train that much, striker fire is probably a safer option for you. If you like 1911s and you shoot all the time, then go ahead and run a single action cocked and locked gun.